me tell you about a friend. It's Craig LeBlanc where the good times never end. Talking Parks and Rec, it's a show you gotta know. Welcome one and all to the Daily Parks and Rec Show. It's the Daily Parks and Rec Show.
I feel like kids should want to get into helping the community, especially if they're into sports. You know, you can teach somebody else how to play something and just motivate them to stay kind of involved in the community and know that it can be a career at the end of the day. You can carry that on for a good while and teach people, you know, just keep them involved.
Welcome back to the Daily Parks and Rec Show, live from the 2025 GRPA conference. Today, we're spotlighting two inspiring professionals shaping their communities every day. First, meet LaKendra Jordan from Warner Robins, who started as a teen in summer camps, worked nearly a decade part-time, and is now a full-time recreation leader helping her community thrive. Alongside her is Veronica Duarte from Cobb County, an arts program coordinator who brings creativity to life by making art accessible for youth, adults, and emerging artists. From sports to cultural arts, these two show how parks and recreation truly builds community, connection, and legacy. Let's dive in.
All right, we're live again with the Daily Parks and Rec Show, airing live from the GRPA 2025 annual convention at Jekyll Island. And I have a special guest, LaKendra, and our first co-host from Cobb County. And so she's helping us run the backstage and recruit everybody. And now she's helping us on stage. But LaKendra, why don't you tell everybody where you're from and tell us about, is this your first time at GRPA or how many years?
This is my second conference.
Oh, she's a pro now.
I'm from Warner Robins. I've been working there for almost 12 years now. I started off as a part-timer and now I'm a full-time employee. I've been full-time since December of 2023. So.
Fantastic.
Been fun.
And then Veronica, why don't you tell a little bit about yourself as well?
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Veronica. I work with Cobb County Parks and Recreation. I am an arts program coordinator at the Maple House Arts Center. So I just oversee the adult and youth programming and also our gallery spaces. So I'm always recruiting artists, but also putting the shows together. So that's my role.
Now, is this your first time at a convention?
This is my very first time, guys.
Fantastic.
I'm a rookie.
All right, LaKendra, why don't you give her some advice? How do you get the most out of the conference? Maybe evening events. How do you handle that?
Yeah, just go to them, kind of just meet people.
Yeah.
Just say hi to somebody and start a conversation.
Yeah, it really is a powerful network here at these conferences. You meet so many people. Okay, so LaKendra, why don't you tell us how you got into Parks and Rec, or maybe go all the way back to who you were as a high schooler, and then in college as well, and tell us about that journey. Then after that, Veronica has a question for you.
Okay. I've kind of always loved working with children, so I started off in recreation centers, summer camps as a teenager, and then just once I got to college, I kind of did the same thing, did summer camps, and then kind of just made it a career after college. But I've always kind of worked in recreation, sports, things like that. So it kind of made it a little bit easier to get into.
I can actually relate to that a lot. I got into Parks and Recreation as a seasonal employee through summer camp as well. And then from summer camp, you're working with children, you're typically with like your elementary, middle school and all that. And then from there, I also moved part-time. So how long were you part-time?
Almost 10 years to the day before I made full-time. I think I was a week shy of 10 years.
Cool. And were you part-time in the same location that you're coordinating now?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I have the same story too. Like seasonal, same location, part-time, same location. Now the coordinator in that same location. Like we're growing up in our facility,
Yeah. All right. So maybe each of you can tell us what attracted you to Parks and Recreation as a career.
For me, I've always been around sports. I played them. My dad played them. My brother played them. My dad's officiated them. So I've just been around sports pretty much my whole life. So it kind of made it easier to kind of kind of fall into it and, make it a career.
Would
Yeah.
you consider yourself like a good athlete? Like, what is
No.
your favorite sport?
No, no, not at all. I just like to watch them. I'm not good at playing them.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I identify with that as well because I was, my parents put me in baseball and football. I was horrible at all the sports but cheerleading. That's the one I got a scholarship for. But there was not a ball thrown at me that I could not miss. I was terrible at sports.
Yeah, and just to like follow up on the question you asked earlier, Craig. Yeah, what kind of got me into Parks and Rec, and I'm on the cultural affairs side, so it's all like more art related. So I went to school for art, and when I was at the Mabel House Art Center as a seasonal employee, I'm like, I didn't realize you can do art with recreational programming. Like that just didn't connect to me until I like did it myself. Because like in school, you're like, oh, you're trying to be like an artist, you're trying to like make a name for yourself. But I'm like, no, like I can also provide these resources and make art accessible in my community. And so I think that's what really like made me want to grow in recreation and parks and just, have a platform for other people who, can't always go to an art school, can't always go to have like some sort of like special painting class. Like we make that accessible for them.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is, and Veronica, you can actually use this little thing and just click on that one whenever I say go. But what this is a video we made for the industry, and so it's free on our YouTube channel. We create content that the industry can use, so it's not copyrighted or anything. So if you're listening, you like some of this, just go to our YouTube channel and feel free to use it in front of any high school kids or college kids that might be working part-time to kind of frame the conversation about why you should consider Parks and Rec as a career path, and then maybe consider giving your testimony so that hopefully we can get the younger generation to consider or the next group of leaders to come into this industry. So go ahead and click on that one.
Every career is a choice, but few careers let you touch lives. Not once in a while, but every single day. Step into a park on a Saturday morning. You'll hear children laughing on the soccer field, families gathering for a picnic, seniors walking the trails, finding health and friendship. Every memory is a Parks and Rec professional. We don't just mow fields, we grow confidence in young athletes. We don't just build playgrounds, we create safe spaces where childhood thrives. We design moments that anchor generations. Think of the coach who teaches patience, the director who champions equity, the staff member who sees potential in a child no one else believed in. Every day, Parks and Rec professionals of beauty and strengthen community. And the path isn't easy. Budgets are tight, resources stretched thin, but the reward unmatched. Because what you give comes back in legacy, in healthier community never changed. So why dedicate your life to Parks and Recreation? Because here, your work never ends. It lives on, in laughter echoing across playgrounds, in green spaces preserved for the next century, in the young professionals rising to lead tomorrow. This is not just a career, it's a calling, it's a legacy, it's Parks and Recreation. A message from the Parks and Rec community.
All right, so LaKendra, what did you think of our video? And then what's your testimony to young kids that may not know what they want to do with their life?
I enjoyed the video. I feel like kids should want to get into helping the community, especially if they're into sports. You can teach somebody else how to play something and just motivate them to stay kind of involved in the community. And know that it can be a career at the end of the day. You can carry that on for a good while and teach people, just keep them involved.
We have senior services, we have cultural affairs centers, we have gymnastics centers, like aquatics and all that. It's not just parks. It's more than that. It's beyond that. Like how the video showed, like we have special events, we have programming, all of that fun stuff, and that's the start to like basically plant that seed in them. Once they start signing up for those classes, that's when we have that opportunity to be like, hey, we are here. And I think another great thing is that like,
but it doesn't mean the sound's not going. So just keep
We're
talking.
still there.
You're still there. They might see us. We not see them. LaKendra, is there any part of your Parks and Rec department that's kind of unique, kind of like an art center or some program that y'all offer that might be, not what's common? So what were we saying about the Day of the Dead?
Day of the Dead. So I know part of it's a celebration of remembering loved ones that have passed, things like that. But I mean, there's music, there's food, there's fireworks, there's horses, there's some of everything. It's really nice. It's really nice.
Fantastic. Veronica, y'all offer a lot in Cobb County.
We do.
Well, wait, which one of y'all said something about the belly dancing?
We have belly dancing.
Oh my, where did that come from? That sounds like a unique one.
So our programs lady just kind of comes up with different things that she wants to offer. Belly dancing was one that she found an instructor to do. So we've had belly dancing classes. I think it's every Thursday for the entire month. So it's been a good turnout. I think there's been 10 or 12 people in it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Veronica, when are y'all starting the belly dancing over there in Cobb County?
we tried it.
Really?
Yeah, we tried it. But our instructor was a little more busy, so that's completely understandable. So we did it more on like a workshop style, which is like once a month versus the programming, which is like more frequent, like once a week type.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone experienced during COVID a lot of different shutdowns. In other Parks and Rec departments, unfortunately, budgets were cut because they weren't considered an essential service. So as we were creating the Daily Parks and Rec show and asking what could we create that would just be useful to the community, they were like, man, if you can create some video around why we are an essential service. So we created this video. Again, it's free on our YouTube channel for anybody to use to help reframe that conversation. So I'll play this real quick, and then we'll come back and get LaKendra and Veronica's take on it.
When we talk about essential services, what comes to mind? Police, firefighters, healthcare. But there's another essential service, often overlooked, yet always present. Parks and recreation. Parks and Rec is health. It's the walking trail that lowers blood pressure. The recreation center, where seniors lessons that prevent tragedy before it happens. This isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. Parks and Rec is safety. A playground instead of a street corner, a basketball, a summer camp where every child belongs. It's not just about activity, it's about protection, prevention, and possibility. Parks and Rec is community neighbors together, a cultural event that teaches respect and diversity, the open space where a city breathes. It builds bridges where division once stood. It gives people a reason to connect, to care. And Parks and Rec is economics. It strengthens property values. It drives tourism through events and trails. It saves on healthcare costs. Every dollar invested multiplies, feeding back into schools, into safety, into growth. Essential service is not just about survival, it's about thriving. And Parks and Recreation is where in wellness, in equity, in culture, and in joy. Parks and Rec isn't extra, it's essential. For our health, for our safety, for our communities, for our future. A message from the Parks and Recreation community.
All right, so LaKendra, what's your take on that one?
So during COVID, we actually got rid of a lot of our sports. We had to cut those short. Our facility was still open, but people were required to wear masks, things like that. So it did it was a little downfall on, people's really livelihood, happiness, because it was just kind of a rough time of the year. But we still allowed people to come utilize the facility. Once we introduced sports back, of course, things were kind of less contact. We still required masks, but we've come a long way from COVID, thankfully.
Are you a vendor, brand, or service provider ready to connect with the heartbeat of local communities? At DPRS MediaCo, we tell the stories shaping parks and recreation across America. Through podcasts, live shows, we reach frontline leaders, city directors, and decision makers every single week. From youth sports and facilities to programming and policy, our audience is your audience. Sponsoring or partnering with DPRS MediaCo puts your brand in front of the professionals who build communities. Launching a new product, growing your presence in public spaces, targeting cities, counties, or departments, DPRS is your trusted media partner. Whether you're in software, turf, aquatics, robotics, smart cities, or special events, partnering with DPRS puts your brand in the story. With commercials, interviews, social campaigns, newsletters, and live shows, we're your media team. Partner with us and grow your impact in the $200 billion park. DPRS MediaCo, stories that move Parks and Rec forward. Your audience is here. Let's meet them.